Hey guys, it's Lorraine and it's my turn to rank my top and bottom episodes. I feel kind of like a fraud doing this because I've only watched the series one time through. Also, I think there's a difference between saying worst and least favorite, and I think both those things come into play in a list like this. And on that note, number 10 for me is Seeing Red. The other two girls put this as number 1 as their least favorite episode, and I agree with that in that I think this is the episode that I enjoyed the least out of the entire series, but it's not bad in the same way that some of these other episodes are bad. In my head at that time, I was thinking, let me finish this story. Like, I have to see where the story goes to really understand if this is something that I enjoy. And on this side of the end of the story, nope, not something I enjoyed. It's unfair to kind of pin all of that on Seeing Red because we're ranking episodes and not storylines, but I remember watching that episode and being completely uncomfortable, and I did not enjoy 1 second of that. I didn't enjoy what came out of that. There was no enjoyment. 9. Goodbye Iowa Season 4. And again, this is a little bit of a funky thing about our ratings, but the episodes that I recapped as the primary recapper have a special place in my brain and in my emotions. And I recapped Goodbye Iowa, and I remember just being so freaking bored. Empty Places Season 7. It just, after all the character progression and everything we went through to get to Season 7, it felt like in Empty Places and the episodes kind of book ending it, they took a few steps back just to get us to the end in a way that was important to them, specifically highlighting Buffy's isolation and Spike's being there for her, and it wasn't something, no. Dead Man's Party Season 3. Wrecked Season 6. If Sweeney said brilliant over and over again, I'm just gonna make faces at y'all. Wrecked. Some Assembly Required Season 2. The bad people in that episode were just so ridiculous. Teacher's Pet Season 1. I went back and forth whether I should put Teacher's Pet or the Pack here, but in my Season 1 rankings, I put Teacher's Pet lower than the Pack. I don't know how I feel about that because the Pack is really yicky, but I feel like there should be a representative slot for bad Season 1 episodes here, so I'm sticking Teacher's Pet in. Yeah. Number 3, Beer Bad Season 4. Can I just say that my favorite part of this really bad episode is that it drove me to drink. Like, after I finished that episode, a beer didn't sound bad at all. Number 2, I, Robot You, Jane Season 1. I remember being appalled. I remember sending emails to the girls like, what are you making me watch? Why did that just happen on my TV screen? Was I supposed to understand that? Are you sure it gets better? It got better, which is the good news, but this episode is still pretty dated. It's, the storyline is dumb. There isn't a lot to enjoy here. I mean, you can laugh at it. You can laugh at this episode, absolutely. But it's still bad, so that's why it's on number 2 of my list. And number 1, my least favorite or the worst episode of Buffy is Where the Wild Things Are Season 4. Now, it's funny because I'm doing this after everyone, so I think Sweeney had this somewhere on her list. Maybe, I am pretty sure Kirsty did too, but you guys have been responding how Where the Wild Things is not that bad. It's a bad episode. Okay, that's in one category. The highlight of this episode is Giles singing, and the music, the sound is badly synced. So not even like the highlight of the episode is actually a highlight. So, I mean, there you go. That episode is bad. On the other end of it is that I just don't enjoy it because Buffy being punished for sex is kind of one of the things that I have issues with this series with. It's funny because Buffy being punished for sex another time is going to be on my top 10 list. But in this case, it didn't work for me. It's a frat house, and I can't believe that there wasn't enough sex previously to raise the poltergeist, but it's Buffy's vagina specifically that just is bad news. I think I wrote in this recap that they've mentioned several times that slaying makes you horny and then sex makes her like miserable. So it's like the never-ending cycle. It's a terrible thing. Just like this episode. So there you have it. Those are my bottom 10 episodes. Bye.